Virgos, welcome back to my channel. Guys, if you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, thanks so much for supporting the channel. I'm going to go ahead and do your new moon reading, okay? Now, this is a general message, so it may not resonate with everyone. Just take what resonates for you, Virgos, and leave the rest. Anybody interested in a personal reading, my information is always down below. Thanks to those who do reach out for those, and thanks to those who donate to the channel, and to those of you who do subscribe. It's very much appreciated. So I do hope that everybody is doing well. Now, the new moon is in Leo. And in the Moonology deck, the new moon in Leo card says confidence is your key to success. So it almost gives this energy here, Virgos, where it's time for some of you to show up and show out, okay? It's time for some of you to make your best move, right? So let us just see what it says. Now, it is on page number 50. Right? And the 5 would give me the energy of change. Now I notice it rolls over to page 51, which would make the number 6. So again, maybe changing something here, right, would bring you in some sort of success, will help to take you to calmer waters here. So it says, this card heralds the start of a new cycle for you. When you're going to look and feel more gorgeous, more in the spotlight, more like you have something worth showing off. If you want someone's attention, this card says it's coming. However, this may not happen all by itself. You have to be willing to do your bit. That means being proud of who you are and what you have to offer. Think of yourself as the king or queen of the jungle and carry yourself accordingly. This card is also a great omen if you are asking about a creative project you're working on. Alternatively, it says it can herd good news or a new start for your children. So attuned to the moon, it says make time to have fun. It says additional meanings for this card. It's time for you to show the world what you've got. Shine your light. Have some pride. Spoil yourself. You've earned it. You've turned someone's head. So some of you may have caught the attention of someone else. It says the teaching. Leo is the sign of the big and brave-hearted lion, of pride and showmanship and flirting. The energy around the new moon is hot and gorgeous. It says the energy love itself, and so should you. If you've been too much of a wallflower, this moon card comes as a reminder that you need to be proud of who you are. So that is what that energy is, but we'll put it back and we'll see what is the strongest energy here that you need to know about, okay? What do we have for my Virgos over this new moon, Spirit? My Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, and Venus. Can I get a card for now and a card for going forward? Communication is the key. And it's almost like these two heads, right? You know, Gemini represents like the twins and that. But it's even with these two heads. One head, she's got her eyes open. Her next head, right? It looks like she has her eyes kind of closed and her head tilted just a little bit here. There's something that some of you have been doubting yourself about. It kind of gives that energy where, like I said, you know, it's time to go for something. Going forward, you have emotions are running high. Why do I feel like that's a really good energy, though? It almost makes me feel like something is gonna, almost like, you know, when you cry happy tears. It's kind of making me feel like that. But let's see. Emotions are running high. Show me more for my Virgos. What they need to know for this full moon. I mean, new moon. What is the new moon energy? Can I get a card for now and a card for going forward? What is communication is key? What am I getting stuck on? Accept love. What's behind it? Sun and the stars. Give me a clear message. Okay, I'm going to take that one. Yeah, I kind of slid that out there. Yeah, bottom of the deck, you have speak your mind. But the card that just fell out, it says go with the flow. Somebody's nervous about something. Can I give into passion? Is this about love? And when you think of love, right, it is the highest vibration of all. But sometimes love can be that thing that people are the most scared of, right? Opening up to someone, letting them in. I need a card for going forward. Thank you, Spirit. What is emotions are running high? Make a move. I'm just going to take it because that could mean that there may be a few cards in this deck that resonates with whatever's going to come out in this reading. So I may get two at the end as well. So you have rebirth and rejuvenate at the bottom of the deck. And we have air magic. Oh, and then we have earth. So something could have something to do with an air sign. Doesn't have to be. But even air, right? With the new moon in Gemini. Mercury, right? Rules our communication as well as Gemini. Something could have something to do with a Gemini or just an air sign. But you have imagine and envision. All right. Okay, so we have go with the flow. In the book, it is number 7. So again, this could be indicating that, you know, maybe it's time for someone to stand up, rise. Maybe something here is worth fighting for, okay? Fighting for the things that you believe in here. And it also is giving me the energy of very much being protected, right? In this boat, this woman she's got her eyes closed. It's almost like she's very much trusting, you know, she's touching the water, which makes me feel like she's acknowledging or she's in tune with her emotions and things like that. And the water looks very calm, right? It's giving like 6 of Swords energy, moving to calmer waters. And you got that cat in the boat. So let's see. It says, most of us spend a lot of time fighting the challenges and obstacles life puts in our way, or pushing back against aspects of our reality we don't like. That's not a bad thing. It says, in and of itself, and many times it is necessary. The trick is knowing when to fight, when that resistance is only going to frustrate us and zap our energy. And when go with the flow, when we could go with the flow instead. It says, sometimes you just have to give in and give goodness. In short, acknowledge that there is nothing that you can do. Make your peace with the situation the best you can and have faith that God will make everything work out in the end. So the action says, do something that is easy and fun. Put your problems and concerns aside for the moment and just live. Even if it's only for a few hours. Have a relaxed meal with family or friends. Take a dog for a walk. It says float in a pool or the ocean or a tub. Take a little space or time to allow yourself to just be. The divination, if there is something in your life that you're using a lot of time, energy, and spirit to fight, this card may be a sign that it's time to stop, at least for a while. Is there a different way of approaching the issue? Maybe one that involves compromising or less effort? Can you back away and just let it be for a while? Sometimes going with the flow for a day or two helps you to find your way to letting go for good. So they do have the magic bit here. And it says using a source of moving water, stream, river, rain, or even the water coming from your faucet. I don't know if that's like tap, or it says, or something that you can pour from a pitcher. It says, picture a goal in your mind and then infuse it into the water. Feel your intentions moving out onto the world as the water flows. Then let go and allow the intentions to blossom into fruition. It says, if they're going to. So anyway, your next card going forward, it says, make a move. And then that was on the page before this card. So the number 6. So again, kind of emphasizing on that 6, right? That victory, that success. Even the 6 of Swords is an energy of moving to calmer waters. But it says, it is important to keep moving. This is true and the literal sense because the body functions best when it gets a certain amount of exercise. And it is true in the metaphorical senses. If we don't keep moving forward in our lives, our only other choice is to stay back, which is rarely a good idea, or to stay still, which may work for a while, but is more healthy for the spirit, but is no more healthy for the spirit than staying still at all time is healthy for the body. It says, as witches, our goal is to become the best human beings. Some of you, some of you may not class yourself as witches. I don't know. It says that means continue to grow and change and learn. And that means moving forward, even if it is just a little bit at a time. So the action, water is all about change and movement. The only water that isn't moving is stagnant, and usually that's a bad thing, both for the water and for everything that depends on it. Make sure you aren't just sitting still. It says get up and do some form of exercise today, whether it's walking, biking, dancing, or even cleaning the house. It says yes, that counts. Then think about your goals and aspirations and do one thing, no matter how small, that moves you closer to achieving them. So, okay, let's see what Spirit's trying to say, because I'm not a big fan of the whole reading thing. All right. Communication is key and go with the flow. Why is this here for my Virgos over this new moon energy? I just feel like the new moon in Leo, the Leo energy just kind of says it all, right? Maybe for some of you, it's not the time to be in like hermit mode or, you know, just kind of lounging around. Even though it did say take time out for yourself. Show me more. Maybe it's a time to be outside. You have the 4 of water. Show me more. I feel like some of you may be a little bit discontented with something in your life. Or it's time for you to maybe try and heal yourself and get over something. Because this talks about missing opportunities. It says discontentment or boredom. But it says open your eyes to the possibilities. How is she going to see the possibilities if her head is bowed down and she's focusing on those 3 cups, things that have already passed, things that she probably cannot change? You have the Emperor coming out here. Aries, Taurus energy. But I feel like this is a time where Spirit is saying it's time, where I said at the beginning, it's time for you to show up and show out. Organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. Some of you are supposed to be standing in that position. For others of you, have been saying if this is about your career and things like that, right? Some of you are meant to be working for yourselves. Coming out sideways, the 10 of air. Any card that comes out sideways to me can talk about a blockage, and it wanted to land on that 4 of water. The 10 of air, it talks about where I just said you can't change things that have happened, right? We can't, you can't beat yourself up for how other people have treated you or things like that. Spirit says, you know, you need to take control of what you can control, and that is you. 10 of air, it says the end of a difficult situation. It says embrace the change and expect things to get better now. It says recovering from an addiction. Now, it doesn't have to be that you was recovering from addiction. I'm even hearing Spirit saying for some of you, you may even been dealing with people that have certain addictions, which has probably played a huge part in why they treated you the way they did. Give me 2 more cards. That was a 5 of air trying to come out. What's behind it? Life experience. Thank you, Spirit. I'll take those 2 cards. All right, because that was very much along the lines of something that I was thinking. Where I was going to say, what did you learn from those situations? Can you go back and remember what red flags you didn't pay attention to, or red flags that you saw but chose to ignore? The 5 of air, it says an unwise choice. It says learn what you can from the situation. It says review everyone's motives. You have life experience. It says a significant life event. It says a powerful revelation that leads to change. Time to spread your wings and fly. Some of you, it's given, you may have been through tower moments, right? And we know that sometimes the tower moments can be really harsh. They can really leave an impact. But Spirit says it was all just for you to be catapulted onto the path that you're supposed to be on. And unfortunately, sometimes for us to get onto those paths, we have to go through heartache. We have to go through pain. We have to sometimes be in that energy of the 10 of Swords where it really boils down to a test of faith. Is this where I'm going to give up? Is this where I'm going to sit in an energy and be a victim? Or is this where I'm going to take some time out to heal, to reflect? And then I'm going to find that inner strength and I'm going to move forward. There's something here about receiving something that is more than you could ever imagine. And again, that could cover a lot of things. So I'm not just going to pinpoint and pick out one thing because it's not just one person watching. Give me one more card here. What is this new moon energy for my Virgos? Oh, is this about love, or is this about somebody needing and learning to love themselves, putting themselves first in situations, not being a people pleaser, not going out of your way for people that wouldn't go out of their way for you? The Emperor is like someone who puts their foot down. He is someone who has boundaries. I'm seeing the Knight of Water, and then I'm seeing the Ace of Water right behind it. So lots of energy of love here. Emotions. It says falling in love. It says a wedding proposal. It says the need to balance emotions. It says an invitation to a social event. I feel like some of you may have been turning down certain social events, or like I said, it's time to get back out there. You have fallen in love. So they both cards start off saying the same thing. Fallen in love. But again, not just, oh, maybe falling in love with someone. Yes, maybe, right? Emotions are running high here. But falling back in love with you. Falling back in love with life. It says falling in love, or the reassurance of a relationship. I think that just means like, I wish they'd use a different word. That just means like bringing, maybe it could be, you know, getting back with a past person for some of you, or, you know, it could be putting the spice back into a relationship that maybe has gone a little bit flat. You know, this is the time for it, you know, introduce that excitement. It could be, oh, I just heard, okay. Yeah, I just heard rekindle of an old flame. Okay, anyway, it says spiritual growth. an enhanced intuition, or a new home. It's time for changes. Some of you may get a new home, and maybe you're going to absolutely fall in love with it. Maybe you get your dream home. One card. Thank you. Yeah. 10 of coins, 10 of pentacles. Nice. See, we went from this 10 of air, which is the 10 of swords, to the 10 of pentacles. Something here can be achieved. Now, it could also, maybe something here has to do with family. But it says a very happy family life. It says financial security. It says finding magic in the little things in life. Sometimes this 10 of swords, right, and the energy it's giving me now is this energy of spirit saying, hey, listen, look around you. Could it be worse? Yeah, maybe you had a horrible experience, right? Maybe you've been in a horrible place, mentally, emotionally, physically. But could it be worse? Gratitude. What's emotions are running high and make a move? Landing on this 10 of pentacles, yeah. It's the ace of fire, and that's like the ace of wands. There's that new beginning. See the smile on his face? It's like feeling proud. It's like being glad you did something. It says an exciting new opportunity. It says career advancement. It says change your life now. Yeah, now I'm hearing, I got the power. Show me more. Okay. Coming out sideways. The ace of earth. That landed on the 5 of air. There's also something here about maybe someone who has had some sort of loss of money, or I don't know if money is moving very slowly. I feel like it's more drawing me to like somebody has lost something, or something was stolen, or something like that. That's how it's making me feel. Or with the ace of earth, right? This could even be maybe somebody losing something, maybe as big as a house, a car, something. Okay? But there's recovery here. It says the inflow of abundance. It says a promising business venture. It says important documents or contracts. Some of you, maybe there is something you also need to accept, right? But maybe you're a little bit wary. Oh, I don't know if I should sign that contract. Or I don't know if I can trust this, or if I could. Show me more. Oh, yeah, it landed on the 5 of air. I don't know if that's just clarifying what I just said, right? I don't know if this would be a good investment. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody's overly worried about something. So let me put that back. Give me another card. There's that strength card. Show me more about going forward, Spirit. The King of Earth. Okay. So it says a successful time. It says confident. What did I just say? It says confidently accept opportunities you're offered. The Midas touch is going to bring you some sort of happiness. Yeah. 6 of coins landed on the 5 of air. It says gifts of money. It says time or effort. It says new career opportunities. It says receiving a loan or paying off debts. Show me more. There's some sort of balance coming in. The Sun. But why do they keep landing on the 5 of air? The Sun, number 19, could be significant, or 91, boils down to a 10. It says happy outcome. It says brilliant new ideas that lead to success. It says have confidence in yourself. New moon in Leo. One more card. What are we trying to get stuck on? Okay, I'm glad it didn't come out. Exactly. Oh gosh, yes. Spirit's in the house today. The Five of Cups wanted to come out where I was just saying, I'm glad it didn't. And then when I look behind it, look what's there. Number 13, with release. Let something go. It's holding somebody back. Release, the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation. Look at this. Time to move on with make a move. Go with the flow. Open your mouth. But the Five of Cups, this is the fear, I feel like. Things not turning out the way you'd hoped. It says not seeing the positive in a situation, crying over spilt milk, or the past is holding somebody back. But okay, give me one more card. Ooh. Okay. So we got a King of Pentacles out here. So I'm speaking to my masculines and my feminines. We got the Queen of Earth coming out now. It says make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. It says deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. And then you have the Magician with the number 1. We're coming out with the Queen of Pentacles. Just give me one for this Magician real quick. I just want to see something. The 6 of Fire. Okay, that's confirmation enough for me. Right? It says you're ready. It says you have the resources or the ability to manifest them. It says life is magical. Treat it like it is. The overall energy here, Virgos, is beautiful. It is. But I'm hearing something about, but this is going to be for those who can endure something. Give me a card from here. How do you want to end this reading for Virgo? We have one last move. Yeah, I'm hearing that song one more time. It says, you have come far on your journey. Keep going and you will soon see what you have accomplished. 2 more. You have the flame of courage. It says, ignite the flame of courage, light in the path of bravery. It says, amidst shadows of fear. Yeah, there's no room for fear around here, right? Well, that's what Spirit said, anyway. You have the dream weaver, right? Life is magical. Treat it like it is. What are those dreams that you keep having? Go after them. Will that be a person, place, a person, place, or a thing? So his name could be Jason. It says Dreamweaver. It says dreaming and imagining. Bring your powerful visions into reality. Okay. Yeah, see, look, but they're still wanting to show me cards. River of release. Let it go. You know, work for it. I know me sitting here saying let it go is you know, all depending on what we're talking about. You know, it's not going to be as easy for some people, but it's time for you to at least take the first step, right? It says drift along the river of release where waters carry away burdens, guiding towards renewal. Someone may need to, like, I don't know, have a cleanse or something. Well, this would be a good time, right? New moon. The new moon, you want to tell the new moon energy what you want to come in. The new things. That's where your focus should be. Three cards. Going forward, what's the energy for Virgo? Landing on the 5 of air. It says the mystic table. It says tools. It says preparation. And it says readiness. You have the serpent's coil. It says healing, rebirth, and protection. And then you have, look at that, beautiful. I really feel like I ain't done this reading justice, but sometimes the energy that I feel and the things that I can see is difficult to put into words. The rising sun, symbolizing new beginnings and hope. Ooh, twin flames at the bottom of the deck. Unity, partnership, and duality. Oh, right behind it, the Ace of Cups. Could be about love, right? But are you going to answer the call? And I did say I would get one of these to end it out, because it did feel like there was lots of cards trying to come out of here. But how do you want to end this, Spirit? I feel like I passed something. How do you want to end this, Spirit? For my Virgos. Thank you. So you do have coming out, it says connect with Gaia at the bottom of the deck. So again, that it is like getting out in nature, right? Trying to ground yourself and things like that. Yeah, so much more. You have water magic. So let me just grab the meaning. Okay, so water magic. What I'm noticing as well, right? All three of these cards, apart from the connected Gaia that is at the bottom of the deck, they are all under the water element in this book. Change and movement. And again, water is very much connected to your emotions, feelings. So water magic. It's on page 84 or 48 could be significant here. But it does boil down to 12? And even that would boil down to a 3, which talks about seeing the bigger picture, progression, moving forward, expansion. So it says water is a powerful force. It can wear down a mountain or create a lake. It brings life to the fields, but can also be violent and impossible to control. Not an element to be taken for granted. As you will know, if you have ever been thirsty or lived through either a drought or a flood, most of the time, though water is our friend, we can use its power to help us change and transition through various stages of our life. Water is fluid and flexible and reminds us that we can be that way too. To connect with the magic of water, take a few minutes to mesmerize yourself in it. It doesn't even say mesmerize. I don't know where I get these words from. It says immerse yourself in it. If you live near a lake or stream or ocean, go sit in the water or at the water's edge with at least your feet submerged and really pay attention. It says listen to its voice, watch its movement, follow its path. There is magic in all of those things. If you don't have a body of water nearby, go out in the rain or sit in a tub or take a shower. It says, whose purpose is more about connection and less about getting clean in a hurry. It says, feel the flow of moving over. Feel the flow moving over you and think about the fact that a large part of the human body is made up of water. So the water is always part of us. So it says this card, you know what, I hate reading. Can you tell? It says this card is telling you to make a magical connection to water. You can do it by following the exercise above or doing anything else that makes you feel the element of water in its more than mundane form. Even drinking a glass of water can be magical if you focus on sensing the molecules being absorbed by your body. and becoming part of your own essence. Remember that the element of water can take many shapes: fresh water and salt water, rain, snow, fog, sleet, or ice, forceful or gentle, wild and natural, or tamed by man. Take a day or a week to connect with it in as many different forms as you can, and thank each one for the gift it brings. Okay. So yeah, that's what I picked up here, Virgos. I do hope that something has resonated with you. I'm also hearing something about, some of you may work with like, I keep hearing like Mummy Water. Is that how you say her name, Mummy Water? Maybe some of you work with that, yeah. But if anything has resonated with you guys, okay, or if you do claim the energy or claim, you know, your ancestors and angels to give you the strength to help you to make whatever this move is here, Virgos, okay? I do ask that you hit the thumbs up for me, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. But if this is where we part, guys, stay safe. Love and light, Virgo.